Good day, I'm Theodore Henry, and this is your JIS News for Thursday, November 25, 2021. Jamaica continues to show positive signs of recovery from the economic fallout caused by the COVID-19 pandemic, with consecutive growth for the last 2 quarters of the year. The Planning Institute of Jamaica, the PIOJ, is estimating growth of 6.3% for the July to September quarter relative to the corresponding period last year. The period January to September also recorded growth of 4%. PIOJ's Director General, Dr. Wayne Henry, says growth for the third quarter was due to relaxation of COVID-19 containment measures globally, increased operating hours for businesses, higher levels of employment, and increased business confidence.
The economy began the recovery process in the first half of fiscal year 2021-2022, which is the April to September 2021, expanding by an estimated 10.1%. Mainly as a result of a relaxation of measures implemented to stem the spread of the virus, as the rate of vaccination increased globally and locally. Additionally, employment has increased by 93,400 persons in July 2021 relative to July 2020.
The growth reflects an estimated 7.3% increase in the services industry, with the major contributor being hotels and restaurants. The goods-producing industry also grew by 2.8%, partially due to a boom in manufacturing, as well as agriculture, forestry, and fishing. Dr. Henry says this positive economic performance is expected to continue for the remainder of the calendar and fiscal year.
For October to December 2021, it is projected that the economy will grow within a range of 5% to 8%, resulting in a calendar year growth, that is January to December 2021, in the range of 3% to 6%. For fiscal year 2021-22, the projection is for growth within the range of 6% to 9%.
The long-awaited highway to bypass the congested urban center of Montego Bay and St. James will soon be a reality. Government signed the contract with China Harbour Engineering Company Limited, CHEC, yesterday for the Montego Bay Perimeter Road project. Prime Minister Andrew Holness says a critical feature of the road's design is its resilience against natural disasters such as flooding.
The roads that we're constructing there, in terms of this bypass and addressing Long Hill, strategically moves our roadways inland. And that was strategically done. The path that was chosen for the road was strategically done because we have to consider the impact of climate change, particularly sea level rise, on our infrastructure.
The National Road Operating Company, NROC, will oversee the project, which is to comprise the Montego Bay Perimeter Road, the Barnett Street West Green Avenue Road Rehabilitation, the Long Hill Bypass, and a comprehensive drainage study of the Montego Bay Bypass. It is fully funded by the Jamaican government at a cost of $274.5 million.
I'm particularly proud of the fact that Jamaica's fiscal situation is such that we do not need to borrow to implement the project. All the other road projects were funded through borrowing. We are financing this project with our own resources and doing so during the worst pandemic in 100 years.
The new highway will accommodate broadband cables, water mains, and drainage, and is expected to ease travel in the urban space while increasing opportunities for tourism. Prime Minister Holness says the contract with CHEC stipulates that the contractor uses a minimum of 90% Jamaican labor for unskilled construction work, while at least 50% of the technical works must be done by skilled Jamaican workers. CHEC will also collaborate with the Hart NSTA Trust to develop and implement a training program for the transfer of knowledge and technology. In other news, Jamaica has added a 4th vaccine brand to its COVID-19 inoculation program. On Wednesday, the country received 200,000 doses of the Sinopharm COVID-19 vaccines from the People's Republic of China. During the handover ceremony at Jamaica House, Prime Minister Andrew Holness said China had been a reliable partner since the onset of the pandemic, providing much-needed medical supplies and other resources.
These greatly appreciated Sinopharm vaccines also demonstrate the value of the evolving relationship which Jamaica shares with China and is in keeping with collective efforts to respond to an ever-changing environment as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic.
Sinopharm is a Chinese-made vaccine, and half of the 200,000 doses are a gift from that country's government. Chinese ambassador to Jamaica, His Excellency Tian Shi, says the gesture is to support Jamaica's recovery from the pandemic.
Vaccines are the best weapons against the virus. Chinese vaccines have been widely used in the world and proved safe and effective, and will surely assist Jamaica's efforts to promote its vaccination program to safeguard the safety and health of Jamaican people.
Sinopharm was approved by the World Health Organization in May for emergency use. It now joins the AstraZeneca, Pfizer, and Johnson & Johnson brands as the vaccine options available to Jamaicans locally. Meanwhile, Health and Wellness Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton says Cabinet has approved emergency procurement arrangements for the final phase of the Cornwall Regional Hospital Rehabilitation Project. Dr. Tufton made the disclosure at the recent contract signing with M&M Jamaica Limited to undertake the penultimate phase of works on the St. James-based facility.
So we now have the go-ahead to approach the next phase. And the intention there is to recognize the timelines that are involved, to try and shrink that timeline so that we can get to a date of completion within much shorter period than would have allowed.
He says Cabinet's approval will fast-track the procurement and allow for speedier completion of the project. And finally, the Transport and Mining Ministry is partnering with small farmers across the country to boost the cultivation of castor oil plants to produce biodiesel for the Jamaica Urban Transit Company, JUTC. Portfolio Minister Robert Montague made the disclosure at the recent opening of the Jamaica Bauxite Mining Limited's JBM administrative building. He says the ministry will be moving to secure about 5,000 acres of land to begin growing the castor plant in recognition that the island has the capacity to manufacture and distribute castor oil on a large scale.
We are moving with the JBI to institute a castor oil project. As Minister of Transport, we just signed off on a big deal with a company to supply the JUTC with biodiesel, only to discover that the element they use, the mineral oil they use, is castor oil that they actually import from India. And we can grow castor oil right here in Jamaica.
Minister Montague says a deal has already been finalized with the Jamaica Castor Oil Growers Association to begin production. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Theodore Henry. Thanks for watching.